My Cousin Vinny, Harvard, and Donald Trump are all on this day. Welcome back to On This Day. Today's date is March 13th, 2023. It is the 72nd day of the year. There are 293 days left in 2023. And if you can't tell, my throat is trash right now. I can barely speak. I've been talking way too much. I've done podcasts, I've done videos on the other channel, and I've been skipping them on this channel. It's just kind of rough when you speak for a living sometimes. Not rough like I got a bad knee and I work on roofs doing roofing. Not that type of bad, but you get what I'm saying. Today is National Canine Veterans Day. National Canine Veterans Day is celebrated every year on March 13th. On this day, canine breeds and handlers honor the service of their furry companions. Canine service is a vital role in the military and in law enforcement. They get embedded in border patrols, customs, airports, and Coast Guard. The FBI even uses them, along with the Secret Service. When I was in the military, they would use us sometimes to train them to track people down. Because the unit I was in, we were very good at hiding and escaping and invading. So the MPs, they always had the muzzle on the dogs, but they would have the dogs try and track us down. Gotta admit, even though you know they got the muzzle on, the fear you get when they get close is a little overwhelming. The Greeks and the Romans used the earliest military working dogs, favoring monstrous Corsos. The Corso served as a guard dog due to its fearsome appearance. Persians utilized leaner, sleeker breeds, which I believe were called Saluki. It's an ancestor to the Greyhound. Even the Mongols used canines in their army. They used mastiffs, or like an ancestor to the mastiff. All right, let's see what else March 13th has given us. 1639, Harvard College is named after clergyman John Harvard. 1781, William Herschel discovers Uranus. 1862, the act prohibiting the return of slaves is passed by the United States Congress, effectively annulling the Fugitive Slave Act of 1850 and setting the stage for the Emancipation Proclamation. 1930, the news of the discovery of Pluto is announced by Lowell Observatory. 1940, the Winter War between Finland and the Soviet Union officially ends after the signing of the Moscow Peace Treaty. The Winter War fought between the Soviet Union and Finland from November 1939 to March 1940 was a pivotal event in the early stages of World War II. The Soviet Union was demanding parts of Finland and some kind of territorial dispute, and the Finns refused. The Soviet Union, seeing Finland as a potential threat and seeking to secure its western border, launched a massive invasion of Finland. Despite being heavily outnumbered and outgunned, the Finnish army put up a stubborn resistance against the Soviet Union, employing guerrilla tactics and fighting in harsh winter conditions. When I was in the military, I was trained for urban and jungle warfare. Not much winter training, but that's got to be one of the hardest places to fight. I mean, you're talking about you're fighting the elements and the enemy. It's got to be brutal. Now, the Soviet army, on the other hand, at this time was ill-prepared for extreme cold and rugged terrain, which greatly hindered their advance. The war was a significant propaganda defeat for the Soviet Union as they suffered heavy losses and failed to achieve their objective. Meanwhile, Finland gained international sympathy and admiration for its bravery and resilience to face overwhelming odds. Ultimately, the Winter War was a defining moment for the history of both Finland and the Soviet Union. It highlighted the importance of national resilience and determination and showed that even a small, under-equipped army can resist and defeat a larger and more powerful foe. Kind of like what's going on right now in Ukraine and what happened to the United States in Vietnam. Home court advantage is a big deal when it comes to warfare. 1993, the 1993 storm of the century affects the eastern United States, dropping feet of snow in many areas. 2020, President Donald Trump declares the COVID-19 pandemic to be a national emergency in the United States. Movies released on March 13th, 1992, My Cousin Vinny. After two New Yorkers are accused of murder in Alabama, their loudmouth cousin comes to represent them in court. This was great. Joe Pesci, Marissa Tomei, Ralph Macchio, Fred Gwynne, who, if you don't know, he was Herman Munster. Bruce McGill was in this one. He was D-Day from Animal House, but such a good movie. This is one of those movies that you wish they would have had like a category for comedies, or at least let comedies in the best picture. So I think it was one of the best pictures that year. It would have had a lot of competition that year. A River Runs Through It with Brad Pitt, Far and Away with Tom Cruise. That was good. Last of the Mohicans, Unforgiven, and A Few Good Men. I don't know. I just think it was well acted and a very good movie. Born on March 13, 1950, William H. Macy, versatile actor who appeared in movies such as Fargo and Pleasantville. He also began playing the anti-hero Frank Gallagher in the American version of Shameless. He was really good in that. He was also in like Boogie Nights, few other great movies. I saw an interview with him and they were talking about how he started off in the beginning and, he wasn't in many things, a couple commercials here or there, and he played bit parts for a really long time. And the interviewer said, "What made you stick with it?" He goes, "I had no other marketable skills." He's all, "I have never trained anything but acting." He goes, "I don't know how to do anything." It was just he was being very honest. He's all, it was this or nothing. But he did work as a bartender and barback in Chicago to pay his rent while pursuing his acting career. He taught himself how to play the ukulele and was nominated for an Academy Award for his role in Fargo. Fargo was a good movie. It's a little slow, but it's a Coen brother movie. It's interesting. Died on March 13th, 2022, William Hurt. He received the Best Oscar Award for his performance in the 1985 film Kiss of the Spider Woman. His other films and television included The Host, Winter's Tale, Frankenstein, Tuck Everlasting, AI, Artificial Intelligence, which is a really weird movie, and he was also in a lot of the Marvel movies in recent years. The character he played in upcoming Marvel movies will be taken over by Harrison Ford, at least for the time being. In May of 2018, it was announced William Hurt had terminal prostate cancer, and it had metastasized to his bones. He died from complications of the disease at home in Portland, Oregon on March 13th, 2022, at the age of 71. There's a movie called Broadcast News. It was like 1987. He played a great part in that. All right, that's today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you got some information out of it. Now go out, have a great day, and be nice to each other.